If you've distributed copies of your solution to a number of different computers or mobile devices, people will be able to discreetly use them to accumulate and edit data, and for some purposes that will do all you want. However, if you want to be able to bring the data from each distributed copy back together, say into a master copy of your file, then distributing copies may not be the best deployment model, or at the very least, you have a couple of challenges to surmount. Let's talk about that. If your data structure is very simple, perhaps with only one main table, and if users may add records and aren't necessarily going to be editing the data in pre-existing records, then a solution that's not too difficult would be for you to retrieve copies of the distributed files and import the extra records they contain into your master copy of the solution. The chief issue with this is that if there are fields such as auto-enter serial numbers that are intended to uniquely identify records, you'll need to ensure that you don't end up with duplicate serial numbers when you merge datasets to arrive at a consolidated set of records from records that were created on different devices. That consideration aside, bringing new record data back to a consolidated file is solvable. For example, if I add a record to the parent table in the copy of the work file that's currently residing on my iPhone, I could then retrieve the file from the iPhone and import the new record into the original copy of the work file running in FileMaker Pro here on my computer. Let me demonstrate that. Working from the iPhone, I'll add a new record. In the text field, I'll enter a name. Let's say Harold. I'll commit the record. And now I'll close the file on the iPhone and exit from FileMaker Go. Next, using iTunes on my computer, I'll drag the copy of the FileMaker Go document WorkFile39 onto the desktop of my computer. Now, from within WorkFile39 running on my computer, using the File Import Records File command, I can navigate to the desktop, choose the copy of WorkFile39 which I retrieved from my iPhone, and then proceed to import records into the parent table. In this case, I'll choose the option to update matching records in the found set and to add remaining data as new records. I'll choose the parent ID field as the matching field for the update of the existing records in the found set. Then I'll click the import button. And you can see that I now have 4 records in the found set of the parent table. The first record has been updated to match the data in the mobile, so it now says Jürgen in the text field. And sure enough, the 4th record is also present with Harold, the record you saw me add on the iPhone. So that's a simple example of a single table synchronization between a file that was updated on a remote device, in this case my iPhone, and the copy of WorkFile39 running on my computer here. However, when there are multiple tables involved, creating a consolidated dataset is more challenging. And if there's a possibility that existing records may have been edited on multiple remote devices, then the synchronization challenge, which will include the need to decide which edits should take precedence whenever 2 or more users have edited the same record, is going to require careful thought and some complex programming. Exploring synchronization options and methods in detail is beyond the scope of this introductory series of lessons, but if it's of interest to you, you'll find an excellent technical brief, the FileMaker Sync Guide, available from the FileMaker TechNet that explores various options and considerations for synchronization and provides some useful examples. Sometimes data synchronization is necessary. For example, if you're sending copies of your database out on the road to places where no reliable network connections are available, you may need a synchronization strategy to get the resulting datasets back into your master copy of the solution. Fortunately, for many cases, there are other deployment options available. For example, you might consider using network connections to have users share the same data set while they're operating in different locations and using different devices.